Hello and welcome for the Courts Now. You're watching my show, Courts Now. I'm sorry for yesterday's incident. I couldn't post my video. Be that so, I shall commence on discussing the new topic. The topic under consideration is about the death penalty. The death penalty has been discussed across the world whether the death penalty should be continued or not. The human rights activists are campaigning against the death penalty. India is not an exception. In fact, the National Law College Delhi is actively campaigning against the death penalty law. The incidence is of Alabama, which is in United States. There was a murder convict. His name is Kenneth Smith. He was executed on 26th of January by using nitrogen gas. This was in a way the second attempt of an execution. The earlier attempt of executing Mr. Smith was unsuccessful. On 22nd November 2022, he was attempted to execute by way of injecting the drugs, which was not successful. And then eventually the next attempt of executing the murder convict Mr. Smith was planned by using the nitrogen gas. So that is how on 26th of January Mr. Kenneth Smith was executed by using nitrogen gas. It was promised by the state government to the federal judges that execution by using the nitrogen gas will be very quick and very smooth and easy, and will not lead to any pain to the convict, the murder convict, Mr. Kenneth Smith. However, the experience on the ground was otherwise, because there were a lot of witnesses which has been called upon to witness the incident of execution of Mr. Smith by way of using nitrogen gas. The reporters were there. There were the family and friends of the Mr. Smith were there. And eventually the witness of execution of Mr. Smith by nitrogen gas wasn't that smooth as it turned out to be, and it was reported very widely by the people who had witnessed those incidents. There were a lot of reporters, the human rights activists, and then the family and friends of the murder convict. In fact, this Mr. Smith had to suffer for 22 minutes when he was executed by way of using nitrogen gas. His legs were shaking, his hands were shaking. He had to take a deep breath, and somehow he struggled a lot and felt a lot of pain. In fact, it was kind of a torture put to him when he was under execution by using nitrogen gas, which has led to a lot of debate across world in a way, and more precisely in the in United States. Mr. Joe Biden, the President of United States, in fact considered that the execution of Mr. Smith was troubling, and it was so troubling that it led to a serious debate whether the nitrogen gas execution should be allowed to continue. Be that so, that's the debate between the stakeholders and the state and the jurists. But needless, there is another murder convict, or rather the convict who is facing the death sentence in Alabama prison, has in a way, has challenged the constitutional validity of nitrogen gas execution by the Alabama court. And the basic ingredients, basic ground taken by this death row convict is that it was against the human right. It was against the human right of the death convicts, and more so keeping in mind the experience the previous death convict, Mr. Kenneth Smith, had to undergo. A lot of pain, lot of suffering, lot of torture, agony, which was not a smooth sailing. He was end of the day was going to end his life, but there were kind of trouble, there were kind of torture which was unnecessarily being put to this death convict, which could have been avoided. Maybe that is what the contention of the petitioner in Alabama court, who has in a way challenged the death and execution of the convict by using the nitrogen gas. Whether the death penalty should be continued or not, that's a debate which is ongoing debate across the world. But that's the other story. But in my own view, putting a convict, a murder convict, or any convict who is about to be executed under the warrant of the courts and judgment pronounced, using the nitrogen gas or any kind of gas, it is like putting a person to a gas chamber and then making him suffer on his last moment, till his last moment, which is something which is a very torturous kind of death. In a way, his entire execution is seriously not in connoissance with the World Human Rights guidelines. And in my personal view, this kind of execution could have been avoided, and it should be avoided in future. I mean, in this case, since Mr. Kenneth Smith on earlier occasion was injected with the drugs in an attempt to execute, which went not in a way positively resulting in the positive result. That is how, I mean, the second plan, which was claimed to be a tried and tested plan, and it was in fact guaranteed, rather assured to the judiciary by the state that it will be a very easy and quick death, but it turned out to be very seriously troubling death to the murder convict. And that is how another petitioner who is facing the death sentence has challenged the constitutional validity. I hope this kind of suffering will not be allowed in future by any country, including the Alabama, United States. Let us hope the convicts who are facing death sentence will be given their execution will be so smooth and sailing that they will not face any torture which is unhuman. I felt so sharing this incident or this news with you guys. That is how this video. Today precisely I spoke in English because my attempt will be to make it in English on Saturdays and Sundays, and rest of the weekday, that is Monday to Friday, it shall be in Hindi. Today I thought of posting yesterday's video, that is Saturday's video. So that is how today, though being Monday, I am posting this video in English. I hope you have liked this video, and I shall keep posting you the videos on similar and identical legal issues, or maybe the different legal issues, and we shall be in touch. Have a nice day. Thank you.